I refused to be erased. The mirror in my cramped apartment bathroom reflected a stranger. Her green eyes, once alight with ambition, were sunken, framed by shadows that lingered despite restless nights. Her auburn hair, once a cascade of waves, hung limp, framing a face etched with faint lines of worry. A decade ago, that reflection was Nora Caldwell, a woman who dreamed of illustrating children's books, her heart brimming with color. Now, I was just Nora, wife, mother, a shadow fading into the walls of my own life. I was still staring, lost in a fog of weariness, when Ethan stormed in, half-dressed for the evening's charity auction. His gaze raked over me, not with the spark of our early years, but with a cold, dismissive edge. "You're not planning to show up like that, are you?" he sneered, adjusting his watch. "Actually, no. You're not coming at all." I blinked, stunned. "What?" "This is a big night for me, Nora," he said, barely meeting my eyes. "The firm's top clients will be there, people with influence. They bring women who look polished, glamorous. You look like you've been cleaning floors all day. You'd stick out for all the wrong reasons." His words hit like a slap, sharp and deliberate. I wanted to snap back, to remind him of the years I'd spent raising our kids, managing his schedules, scrubbing his world clean while mine crumbled. But my throat tightened, words trapped. "Stay home," he said, final. "I'll tell them you're under the weather. It's cleaner that way." He left, the door slamming behind him. I slid onto the bathroom floor, the tiles cold against my palms. The silence was suffocating, broken only by the distant hum of the city outside. Tears fell, not loud, but steady, carrying years of quiet erosion. Ethan's cruelty wasn't the worst part. The worst was that I believed him. I'd let myself become a ghost, invisible even to myself. Morning came, mechanical and gray. I poured cereal, tied shoelaces, sent the kids off to school. Ethan sat at the counter, scrolling his phone, as if last night never happened. I tried to speak, to demand my place as his wife, but he cut me off with a grunt. "It's done, Nora," he said, eyes on his screen. "You're not going. I've told them you're sick." I nearly gave up. But that evening, watching my daughter, Mia, color a picture at the kitchen table, her small hands so careful, so full of life, I froze. What was I showing her? That love meant silence? That worth was tied to someone else's approval? The thought burned, a spark igniting a fire I'd long thought dead. I didn't sleep. By dawn, that spark was ablaze. After the kids left, I faced Ethan. "I'm going to the auction," I said, voice calm but unyielding. He laughed, sharp. "You're not invited." "I'm your partner," I said. "I don't need an invitation. If you don't take me, I'll go alone and tell everyone why." His smirk faltered, eyes narrowing. "You wouldn't dare." "Watch me." For the first time I saw him hesitate. Then, with a cold chuckle, he said, "Fine. But you're not with me. Take a cab, arrive after the bidding starts. Stay in the shadows. Don't embarrass me." It was a humiliating compromise, but it was a crack in his armor. I nodded. When he left, I called my old friend Tessa. My voice broke as I spilled everything, Ethan's words, the auction, his terms. "Don't move," she said, fierce. "Lila's with me. We're coming." Tessa, a photographer with a knack for seeing beauty, and Lila, a boutique owner with a flair for drama, arrived in a whirlwind. Tessa carried a lighting kit, Lila hauled bags of dresses. "We're making you a star," Lila said, unveiling 3 gowns, one obsidian with silver embroidery, another teal with a plunging neckline, and a coral dress that flowed like a sunset. I chose the teal, its boldness waking something fierce in me. Tessa set up lights, treating my face like a canvas. "We're not masking you," she said, brushing on foundation and a bold cat eye. "We're revealing you." Lila curled my hair into soft spirals, adding delicate silver pins. "Walk like you're the main event," she said, handing me stilettos and a sleek clutch. They guided me to a full-length mirror, eyes closed. When I opened them, I gasped. The woman staring back was vibrant, powerful, alive. Mia peeked in, clutching her crayon. "Mommy, you're a superhero," she said. I hugged her, heart full. At the auction, I stepped from the cab, heels clicking on cobblestone. The venue, a sleek downtown loft, glowed with ambient lights and glass walls. My reflection in the window showed a woman who refused to hide. Inside, the room buzzed, wealthy bidders, clinking glasses, soft jazz. Then, a hush. Eyes turned. Whispers spread. I glided forward, chin high, feeling every gaze but owning it. Ethan stood by the auctioneer, laughing with clients. When he saw me, his face froze, jaw tight. Before he could react, a man stepped forward. "I don't think we've met," he said, voice warm, eyes curious. "Lucas Reed, event sponsor." He offered me wine. "Nora," I said, accepting. Our fingers brushed, sparking something electric. "Nora," he said, smiling. "You've just redefined elegance." We talked, about books, music, the way light dances on a river. He didn't mention Ethan. When the band played a slow tango, Lucas offered his hand. I glanced at Ethan, his eyes blazing, and took it. On the dance floor, I felt alive, weightless, seen. The auctioneer paused, grinning. "Lucas, you found the night's gem." To me, he said, "Nora, you're breathtaking." Ethan appeared, gripping my elbow. "We're done here," he growled, pulling me toward the exit. I waved to Lucas, his gaze steady as I left. The drive home was silent, Ethan's hands tight on the wheel. At home, he erupted. "You humiliated me," he shouted. "Flinging yourself at that guy." "I danced," I said, calm. "Like everyone else." "You're nothing," he snarled, grabbing my wrist. "Just a polished shell." I yanked free. "No, Ethan. You're the empty one." The next morning, a card fell from my clutch, Lucas Reed, Reed Ventures. His number. I texted, "Hi, it's Nora. Thank you for tonight." His reply was instant, "I couldn't forget you if I tried. Can we talk soon?" We texted daily, about art, dreams, my old sketches. "Draw again," he urged. I did, sketching a river at dusk, feeling alive. Each message rebuilt me. One night, with the kids at Tessa's, I faced Ethan. "I'm done," I said. "I'm filing for divorce." He scoffed. "You'll crash without me." "I'd rather crash than stay." Tessa and Lila helped me pack, a small apartment, cozy, mine. Lucas didn't push, he funded a fierce lawyer who secured support and silenced Ethan's threats. I enrolled in illustration courses, landed a job at a children's publisher. I sketched, laughed, lived. One evening, at a riverside bistro, Lucas took my hand. "I love you, Nora. Your spirit, your kids, your art, I want it all." He offered a simple ring, perfect. "Marry me?" "Yes," I said, Mia cheering, her brother giggling. We built a life, a loft with a skylit studio, filled with paints and laughter. Ethan unraveled, his polished facade cracking without me. One day, I saw him outside a cafe, disheveled, staring as we laughed. He'd lost everything, by his own hand. I didn't look back. I was Nora Caldwell, and I was whole.